gentlemen, it is Boone with the Boone Show. And yes, that noise is my car. It's dying slowly. Don't worry about it. It's my problem, not yours. Anyway, what I'm here today to tell you is that I'm upset. Very upset. I am upset. I just listened to the radio as I'm on my way to work here. And on the radio, one of the two stations I listen to in the morning, they do like some talk stuff. Usually they do talk shows in the morning anyway, but this is like some like political stuff. Usually I don't listen to music instead, but I tuned in for a short minute, and what I heard pissed me off a little bit. They were talking about some of the solutions to quote-unquote fix the electoral college system. One of the things was to prorate the electoral votes, meaning if the Democrats win 90% of California, they'll get 90% of the electoral points, and the Republicans will get the remaining 10% of the votes. But as they were talking about that, they came to the conclusion that would probably benefit the Republicans more. And then they came up and they said, yeah, then they could get rid of it altogether, and the Democrats hold a huge advantage to that. And that's the only reason the Democrats want the Electoral College completely eradicated, because they have the heavily populated areas. They'll win if they don't have the Electoral College. But in fact, the Electoral College is in place, so that doesn't happen. They're not supposed to be able to win because you won 3 big cities. It'd basically be California, like Los Angeles area, New York, and you could call Seattle even, just 3 big cities. You get those 3 cities, you pretty much have the election in the bag, which is not fair. Because what about the millions and millions of other Americans in Iowa, Ohio, Colorado, and these other states that don't have quite the higher population, Montana, stuff like that. There's big voices there that should be heard. The Electoral College is there to allow these people that don't live in a huge city to have a voice. And I don't think it's fair. And these people who are running as Republicans or Democrats, they understand this. Just like they understand that illegal immigrants on their side means they have more votes, so let's make them happy. And they want to get more of them in this country because they know the more of them there are, the more likely they will be to win, because they'll have those votes. And if they'll tell you because they should be treated better, okay, well, that's on the surface, but their main agenda is to get votes. That's the thing about Democrats that pisses me off so much, and people don't seem to really understand, mainly because you're a blind asshole that doesn't fucking see what's going on in your own party. But Democrats always seem to care more about their agenda first, and it's very obvious, to me anyway. Like the whole, every time there's a tragedy where there's a shooting and some people get killed, the very first thing that they do, before they even hardly say, this is just a terrible loss, so we're so sorry to the families, they start pushing their fucking agenda. Immediately. The fucking moment it happens, they start attacking the rights of the private citizens about gun rights. Because, why? Because all they fucking care about, ultimately, is their agenda. Kind of like the abortion issue. I feel very strongly about the abortion issue. You look at it from my perspective here for a minute. Republicans, what do they have to gain from making abortion illegal? Nothing. They don't really stand to gain anything. And some of you idiot Democrats will say, they want control over women's bodies. No, you're fucking retarded. They're literally concerned about babies. I know I am when I think about the situation. There is no agenda for Republicans when they say, we don't think abortion should be allowed. Except for, a lot of them, it's a religious thing. For me, I'm atheist. I'm an atheist Republican. That religious side of things is like the only part of the Republican Party that I don't feed into. So when they start talking religion, then I'm like, no, stop. God doesn't have anything to do with politics, and that's how I feel. But when you're thinking about when you're talking about abortion, Republicans don't have a hidden agenda, because what do they have to gain from it? They have nothing to gain but a lot to lose, because children are being killed. And I'll come back to that in a minute. I have a story to tell about that in a minute. I don't got a lot of time either because I'm almost at work. But anyway, going on. The Democrats, they sure as shit have a hidden agenda when it comes to making abortion legal. It's less about the fact that they think women should have more rights, and more about the fact that they get millions upon millions of dollars from Planned Parenthood and fucking funding. These Democrats get donations in the millions of dollars from Planned Parenthood. And Planned Parenthood, if abortion became illegal, would not make any more money like they do. They would make money on other things, like, I think they do other things, medical things for women who are who are pregnant. They'll do pregnancy tests and stuff like that. I think a lot of that's free. I think most of it's, but abortion's their big money maker. They do other things. They do pregnancy tests, I'd assume. Birth control. I think most of that's free, though. But abortion is their big money maker. Oh, sorry, I just farted on air. I apologize. Anyway, abortion is their giant money maker. Without abortion, Democrats don't get any money. Hidden agenda. They have nothing to gain and everything to lose if they if abortion becomes illegal. And I get it. It's a human right. You think it's a human right. You're a woman. It's your body. You should be able to have an abortion. And I will say that to a certain degree, I understand. So when it comes to like cases of rape, or cases of incest, or cases of life-threatening issues, okay, that's understandable. Those are reasonable things. Those are reasonable. But when my problem is with the woman who goes out, and men should be held to the same responsibility. If they get a woman pregnant, they should be there, and that's not always the case. If you're going around, fucking around, doing all this shit, having all this sex, and you get pregnant, well, I'm sorry, but that's your problem. You are the one who made the decision, and now you're pregnant. So, and a lot of people will say, well, you want this kid to be put in the system so they're treated like shit in orphanages and their foster parents abuse them? And I'm like, based on how I feel about life, I would rather have any chance than no chance. I really cherish life. So, for me, thinking about the way I think of things, I would rather have that chance than no chance. Because we live in a country where you can start from nothing and become everything. America is truly the greatest country on the planet because of that. I don't really care what you say. Anyway, quick story while I'm getting my badge on. I saw this video of this guy who was begging his girlfriend or wife. The story said that they had 3 kids at home. They were married, and she was pregnant, and she was going into an abortion clinic, and you can hear this guy crying and screaming not to murder his baby. And the liberals went on there, and they were mocking him, which is fucking disgusting. I hate you people. You liberals are fucking idiots. You're disgusting. You're sorry excuses for human beings, for Christ's sake. Anyway, that's all the time I got. I gotta get to work, so I gotta get to work, unlike most liberals who are probably staying home today. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.